Baz.
Yo, long time no see.
You okay?
About what?
There's a lot of talk about you.
Let them say what they want to say. How about you?
I've been keeping my distance from the paper. Still writing, though.
Hey, Vi.
I thought everyone would come. I was worried.
I'm not the one having a hard time. He is. Speak of the devil.
Indeed.
It's been a while.
It has.
You seem tired.
A lot of things happen every day. To think we would be summoned by the princess. To hear, of all places.
Am.
My apologies, everyone. I realize this is much too forward of me. Yet this was the only way to bring all of you back together.
Don't look at me. You're the one who called us here.
What do you want to discuss with us, Princess?
I wish for all of you to finish what you have started. Carry out your vendetta to completion. Of course, I do not condone your inciting a war for revenge. In truth, I believe what you have done is nigh unforgivable. However, I also understand that you are human, and that the injustices you've suffered would drive anyone to extremes. The reality is, 'twould be no exaggeration to say that your vengeance has awoken the rest of us to our own suffering. The weight of an embargo caused us all to stop thinking for ourselves, to surrender to our fate. Yet your desires, selfish though they may be, shattered Jutland's slumber. Had you not stood up to take revenge, I would have given in. The perseverance you've shown by holding on to your anger has strengthened my own convictions as well. We cannot stop the Emperor without every last one of you. Reclaim the Sword of Vengeance and own that righteous fury, which emboldened 5 orphans to take on an empire. Is your blood debt so cheap that you can afford to lower the fist you've so easily raised?
So you're saying you want us to keep going? To fight this war, have our revenge?
I don't mean to be rude, but they've already lost their will to fight.
I'm going to kill the Valkyria.
Whoa, hey. Where the hell did all that internal conflict go?
Hearing Miss Maria made me question our need for revenge. What's the point if it meant killing her? And once I started questioning things, I couldn't bring myself to continue. I even started to resent the war. I didn't want to see any more lives sacrificed. But seeing all the reasons the squad had to fight, well, it made me remember my own. But I can't do this alone. I need all of you.
Wanna try our luck?
There's no need.
We're only returning to a path we've already chosen, after all.
We each accomplish our respective roles. We decided thus when we began this conflict.
Just not solely for revenge.
That's right.
Now we're cooking.
So, is there room for one more in your circle of 5?
Not have to burden yourself.
Problem we must solve before taking the fight to Ruse itself.
You refer to the current state of the country, which is split between invasion and liberation.
The division's been affecting the soldiers, too.
To enjoy the current prosperity and avoid a return to poverty, yet to be averse to accusations of invasion. That's the frank opinion of the country as of now. Of course, they're reacting that way since they thought they were doing right under the banner of liberation. But as a result, anxiety is sweeping through the nation. That's the present situation.
Jutland took steps toward war because the whole country was slowly deteriorating under the economic blockade. Furthermore, there's the victory at Molda. The country became of one mind for the war effort because of that.
Could you leave the matter of the people to me?
Jutland's savior.
As heir to the throne and as the figurehead of this war, it is something I must do myself.
At that time, many of the citizens gathered in front of the palace, people decrying the war, others in support of it. The two sides split and opposed each other. Tensions continued, and it was during then.
It's the princess!
Princess Ophelia!
Why is Her Highness here?
Is it fine letting her go alone?
It's what she wanted.
Still,
She's not just a princess. She's also a soldier. She can handle her own.
You have a lot of faith in her.
I've seen what she can do.
I have killed many Ruzi soldiers with these hands.
Damn, girl. Just throw that bombshell out of nowhere.
My memory of the moment I first took a life is so vivid. It makes me shudder even now. Yet I still wish to stand at the vanguard, as a soldier. Because as I face down the enemy, I know that behind me is Jutland, our home. Today I come before you as a warrior, not a princess. For our troops are fighting on the front lines as I speak. Many have fallen with hopes and dreams left unaccomplished. Perhaps it was your child, your husband, your friend. But each and every one of them took pride in this country, and those still standing keep marching out of love for you. Why are we at war? What is a nation? Liberation or invasion? Everyone is racking their brains to solve these riddles. But a few short months ago, none of us had the privilege to wax philosophical. We were struggling merely to survive. Even I, from my palace terrace. Today, I no longer think only of how to live until tomorrow. My thoughts reach much further now. I look to Jutland as our children and grandchildren see it. Is it not the same for you as well? War never changes, but war has changed us. We think of what comes after the battle and beyond. We finally have a future. You mustn't be misled by someone else's words. Nevertheless, I will resume my soldierly duties in the name of our nation. And with these hands, I will destroy the enemy for good. I'll bloody them for what I believe in. For this kingdom is on the cusp of a golden age, wherein everyone enjoys freedoms of speech, thought, and action. All of you, just as you are now, you are my pride and joy. You have lent me your ears. Now show me your faces. Please look to me, and grant me the strength to keep on fighting. Oh, beauteous azure light that shines so gently, pure and bright, across lands of plenty thrives the freedom of countless lives. Dear shield maiden, spear in hand, please grant us the strength to stand, watching over this fair kingdom. 'Tis our one and only home. Oh, heaven, voice.
That was most impressive. although I was surprised when you opened with how you slew a Ruzi soldier.
I merely gave voice to my honest feelings.
It will force the people to think about this country, about this war.
Now, Amlet, all that remains is to defeat the Ruzi Empire.
You sure you're okay? With us, I mean.
Whether or not you are a necessary evil, you are surely the lesser of two. Let us think only of victory for the nonce.
Don't disagree with you there.
I'll reserve judgment until after we win. Will that suffice?
If you say so, Your Highness.
Saul, you and Baz both have your own problems to take care of, no?
Yep.
Like the princess said, let's focus on winning for now.
Have you gotten a hold of something regarding the situation with Basil and I?
I think I know who's responsible.
Those business tycoons play for keeps. You really want to show your hand when the deck's stacked against you?
Let's just say they didn't make their fortunes completely above board. I have a few cards up my sleeve.
What are the odds?
Let's see how they feel about me writing a story on their shady business dealings. Be ready for a fight.
Count me in.
Violet, please investigate any leads concerning the Grand Generals.
About that, Victor continues to take command at the front line. As for Galouche and Prince Laertes, no sightings lately.
You're sure?
Yes, the information checks out.
Grand General Victor. We faced him at Velgiev.
He won't get away this time. I won't falter again. I'll finish what we started. Liberate Jutland and usher a new age of prosperity for this country.
I'd like to see that.
Solomon, you suggested we take the minefield before.
Yeah.
That's how we'll get to Velgiev.
You rejected that because it was too dangerous. Kovaltis is still in enemy hands as well.
That's what makes it the smart call. It's the one route they won't expect us to take. There's still a standoff at Kovaltis. I want to keep it that way. It'll be dangerous, but this is our best bet.
Well, I better get going.
Ditto.
Violet, come with me for a bit. I'd like to confirm something with you.
Sure, of course. It'll be even better if it comes with wine.
Let's regroup with the others.
Yes, let's. I truly am grateful, Amlet. You've given me strength.
How do you mean?
Battling by your side has shown me how to be strong. In the real way.
Huh.
Opti. That's all.
September 1st. The anti-Valkyria squad made their move.
Amlet himself had decided before that this operation was too dangerous and avoided executing it, didn't he?
Yes. However, when he explained the operation to everyone, no one in the unit objected to it.
In order to increase the success of their surprise attack on Velgiev, they willingly took a hazardous route. They successfully navigated through the minefield when...
I see it. We've come out to the side of the Velgiev base.
Those fools are focused only on fortifying the front. Aha! Like a delicate damsel, their flank is ripe for the taking.
No sign of the snaky tank.
Maybe it's at Cavaltus.
No worries. If we strike here, they'll panic. It'll turn up.
Amlet?
Vannergan, attack! Let's do this!
Hey, they're not so tough.
End this!
Let's
Who's
begin
next?
the lesson.
Commander down! Get lost!
Serve the enemy.
Don't take your eyes off them. Work on me.
All right.
Do or die. Take your eyes off them.
Serve the enemy. Serve the enemy.
Commander down!
Observe the enemy.
Got a bad feeling.
Serve the enemy.
This stinks. Got a bad feeling.
I don't like this.
Who's next?
Serve the enemy.
How did this happen?
Don't take your eyes off them.
Serve the enemy.
Got a bad feeling.
Serve the enemy.
Stay strong.
This is a good position. I'm in the zone.
All right.
Let's go. I'm with you. Got a bad feeling.
Serve the enemy.
Got a bad feeling. Don't
Observe
take your
the
eyes
enemy.
off them. Got a bad feeling. Work on me. Don't take your eyes off them.
How did this happen?
Won't work on me. Don't take your eyes
Serve the
off them.
enemy.
No good. Won't work on me.
Who's next?
Don't take your eyes off them.
Who's
Don't take
next?
your eyes off them. Damn it.
You've got to be kidding me.
Got a bad
Commander
Begin
down!
the lesson.
What do I do? Won't work on me. But I
Observe
I found them!
This should be easy.
Open fire! I'll murder us!
Take them out!
All right.
Let's do this! I shall give it my all!
Commander down!
Now or never! Farewell. We'll pull through somehow.
Is everyone all right? Out of my way, Ruck.
Here they
Enemy
come!
reinforcements
Stay frosty!
Feeling?
Unawares.
Not good enough! Don't take your eyes off them! We'll pull through somehow.
Hiring a gun for
Go away! I have a bad feeling. Don't drop your guard! This looks kind of hurt. I have a bad feeling.
Get lost! Who's next? Get lost!
I'm gonna attack! Do or die! We'll pull through somehow.
I'm gonna attack!
Begin the lesson.
Who's next?
Out of my way.
I'm gonna attack!
Stay
Who's next?
Don't take your eyes off it!
Keep it up! I'm gonna attack!
No
Who's
way!
next?
Hey, go with my own!
I'm gonna attack! I'm gonna attack! Keep it up! Commander down! Keep it up! Who's next?
I shall bear witness! Next! Have a bad
Commander down!
feeling. I
Who's
shall
next?
bear fruit!
Commander down!
Bad feeling.
Commander down!
Push onward! Huh?
Who's next?
This will be a big one! Now, let's do this! I shall bear fruit!
Begin the lesson.
I shall end you!
Begin the lesson.
Yep, let's go! I shall bear through this! Yeah! This is no good.
Who's next? Commander down!
I shall give it my all!
Observe the enemy.
Oopsies! We'll serve the enemy. Do or die. Yep, let's go! We'll pull through somehow. We'll take guys off them.
Who's next?
Begin the lesson.
Commander down!
We'll pull through somehow. Got a bad feeling.
Commander down!
Don't drop your guard. Whoa.
Take this! Who's next?
Don't take your eyes off them.
Commander down!
Not good enough. Let's clean them up. Nice try. This is awesome. Done.
You ready? All right.
Don't drop your guard.
Let's begin the lesson.
Who's next? I'm gonna attack! I'm gonna attack! Commander down!
Ooh, a lot of bad guys.
You should have studied us.
Don't take your eyes off them. Yep, let's go.
Begin the lesson.
Reinforcements!
Begin the lesson.
More work on me. Yeah. For your boo-boo.
Observe the enemy.
All right.
We'll pull through somehow.
All right. Who's next? You ready?
I despise the Empire.
Damn it!
I won't go easy. I don't like this. Means I'm in the zone. I won't go easy. Let's begin the lesson.
Mission complete. As expected.
Valkyria is under enemy attack? How could they have bypassed our defensive line? Can it be they went through the minefield? Only Vandergund could pull that off. Your Majesty, as promised, I will use myself as bait to exterminate those wolves. We march to Valkyria. My unit alone will sortie. This is what makes war enjoyable.
Take a breather. Prepare for the next step.
Which is intercepting the enemy unit from Cavaltus, yes? Do you suppose a Grand General will appear?
Who knows? Let's just be ready for the worst-case scenario.
We found supplies!
Thanks for waiting, everyone. Let's restock.
Yo, so is it the grand opening of Bloom and Helena's lovey-dovey store?
What?
Ooh, making a love nest on the battlefield. What a couple of lovebirds.
You jerk!
Well done.
Is there something you need? So it seems. So it seems.
heart's content.
Let's do this!
Who's next? Here we go!
We'll pull through somehow. Don't take your eyes off them. Won't work on me. Where did it come from?
Commander down!
Yep, let's go.
Who's next?
We'll pull through somehow. Try for one guard.
Begin the lesson.
We'll pull through somehow. Yep, let's go. I will take on me. Don't take your eyes off them. We'll pull through somehow.
Get ready!
All right.
take your eyes off! Don't take your eyes off them!
Let's end this!
Don't take your eyes off them! Handle it!
good.
Serve the enemy.
How could this happen?
Ew.
This is no
I
good.
don't like this. Observe the enemy.
Let's go! Do or die!
All right.
Ew. This stinks!
I don't like this.
We'll help you somehow.
All right. Take this! Who's next?
This is awesome!
Here I come.
Got it back! What shall I do?
Burn them all! Burn them all!
Got a bad feeling! Don't take your eyes off them!
Honest.
This is no good.
I won't go easy.
Ew.
This stinks!
Hiring a gun feels amazing.
That all you got?
Observe the enemy.
That all you got? That all you got?
Don't permit anymore.
That all you got?
off them!
That all you got?
Can you handle this?
Let's begin the lesson.
I won't go easy.
How could this
This
happen?
stinks!
All right.
We'll push you somehow. Got a bad feeling. This is no good.
Observe the enemy.
That deserves praise. Can you handle this?
Done it. Leave it to me. Don't take your eyes off them.
Let's begin the lesson.
Your guard. Got a bad feeling.
Like this.
This is no good.
Burn them all!
Here I come.
Look what I can do.
Burn them all! Burn them all!
What shall I do? Don't drop your guard.
Observe the enemy.
Take this! Who's next?
I'll wait.
Don't take your eyes off them.
Burn them all!
Don't take your eyes off
Begin
them.
the lesson.
Burn them all!
Don't take your eyes off them.
Can you handle this?
Stay alert. Observe the enemy.
Brook's damaged!
Won't permit anymore. Begin the lesson.
No way.
Like this.
This is no good. Got a bad feeling. Thanks. Go away.
What are you looking at?
Like this.
Stinks.
Burn them all!
Don't take your eyes off them.
Begin the lesson.
This is no good. Got a bad feeling.
Burn them all!
won't go easy. Don't need to panic.
Get away! Bad feeling! Yep, let's go!
Here I come.
Honest.
Can you handle
How
it?
can I serve you? Leave it to me!
Won't permit anymore.
Don't take your eyes off them!
Burn them all! Burn them all!
I'll put you in your place.
Burn them all!
Drown them out.
Don't need to panic.
This will be a cakewalk!
I'll put you in your place.
Burn them all!
Let's take our eyes off them!
Honest.
Burn them all!
Got a bad
Then
feeling!
again.
Burn them all!
I won't go easy.
Serve the enemy.
Reinforcement!
Bad guys! Ew, this stinks. I'm in the zone. Don't take your eyes off them.
This is no good.
Burn them all! Burn them all! Burn them all!
I'll show you how to fight.
Burn them all!
Let's
Serve
see.
the enemy. I don't like this.
Ew,
This is no good.
stinks.
Serve the
I
enemy.
don't wanna.
Serve the enemy. Are you kidding me? I don't like this.
Clean them up.
This is no good.
Ew, this stinks.
Meet your
Serve the enemy.
then again.
For your boo-boo.
I'll put you in your place.
Bad zone. Hey, go away. Let's get there through this.
Burn them all! Burn them all!
Don't
Meet
take
your
your eyes off
then
them.
again.
Burn them all! Burn them all!
Serve the enemy.
Bad guys.
This is no good.
What do I do?
You gotta be kidding me.
Bad feeling. Ew, this
I'll fix
Serve the enemy.
That all you got?
Can you
Serve the
handle
enemy.
this?
That all you got?
Ew.
Won't permit
That
anymore.
all you got? That all you got?
Cakewalk.
That all That all you got?
Not done yet.
I won't go easy.
Don't take your eyes off them.
Not done yet.
That all you got? That all you got?
Don't take your eyes off them.
Don't need to panic.
I don't wanna.
I don't like this.
That all you
Don't
got?
take your eyes off them. Go away. Yeah.
You gotta be
take your eyes off them! This stinks! I shall give it my all!
That all you got?
I won't go easy.
That all you got? That all you got?
Don't take your eyes off them!
That all you got? How's that? That all...
Don't take your eyes off them! What is that, guys?
That all you got?
Come on, let's play!
I don't like
That all you got?
For your good!
That all you got?
Kind of bad
How could this
feeling.
happen? That all you got? That all you got?
It's no good.
That all...
What shall I do?
That all you got?
It's no good.
That all you got? All right.
Hey,
That all you got?
permit anymore.
Burn them all!
It's no good.
Begin the lesson. Knuckle. Stop the enemy. Gotta be kidding me. I don't like this. Ew.
Won't get away. No way! What shall I do? Don't take your eyes off
Burn them all!
Don't take your eyes off them.
Burn them all!
Don't take your eyes off them. Got a bad feeling.
Burn them all! Burn them all!
Get out of here!
Won't permit anymore. Knuckle. Stop the enemy.
Honest.
Burn them all!
Don't take your eyes off them.
Burn them all!
What shall I do?
Burn them all! Burn them all!
Don't take your eyes off them.
Burn them all! That all you got?
Begin the lesson.
It's no good.
Come on. Get it together.
Burn them all!
For your good.
That all you got?
I won't go easy. We'll pull through somehow.
Observe the enemy.
I won't go easy.
Observe the enemy.
Don't take your eyes off them.
That all you got? That all you got? That all you got? That all you got?
No way.
That all you got?
Observe the enemy.
That all you got?
Don't take your eyes off them.
Gotta be kidding me.
Look what I can do. Don't take your eyes off them. No work on me.
That all you got?
Here I come.
That all you got?
Can't prove it anymore.
Done it.
Not done.
Don't take your eyes off them.
That all you got?
This is no good.
That all you got?
Farewell.
That all you
Don't take
got?
your eyes off them.
That all you got?
We'll pull through somehow.
I don't like this.
This
That all That all you got? That all you got?
Don't take your eyes off
That all
them. Ew. This stinks.
That all you got?
What is happening?
Don't take your eyes off them.
That all you got?
No work on me.
That all you got?
Observe the enemy. I don't like this.
That all you got?
What shall I do?
Observe the enemy. Can't prove it anymore.
Don't take your eyes off them.
That all you got?
Observe the enemy.
That all you got?
I won't go easy.
That all you got?
No work on me.
That all you got?
Don't take your eyes off them. What? Don't take your eyes off them.
That all you got?
This is no good. Let's have an idea.
Burn them all! That all you got? That all you got?
This is no good.
Burn them all! That all you got?
Observe the enemy.
That all you got? Burn them all!
Pick up my...
Mission complete. As expected.
Echo Valtis is still in our military's hands. So you've chosen to prioritize your vendetta.
If that's how you care to see it.
Using strife as a pretext for revenge. What a petty excuse to start a war.
You shouldn't have taken Miss Maria.
Oh yes, I remember.
Where is she?
I believe you've encountered her many times.
She is the Valkyria.
His Majesty was so elated. Said it was the greatest offering.
Really?
Oh, you're not getting riled up. Isn't that boring?
Whatever. I won't falter.
Captain?
Amlet.
Mission complete. Let's get back to base.
Snow.
When light fades from the horizon.
So you still persist within this shell.
You came to see me again.
Do not summon me again. It is unpleasant. What?
I can hear anguish.
Anguish?
It comes from you.
What part of me, pray tell, is suffering?
Your heart.
Absurd.
You've carried the weight of your sins all this time.
What do you know?
You should be aware of exactly what I know. I feel it was destiny that I've come in contact with you. I even wish to support your soul, which trembles with pain.
What?
If your pain can be eased by me doing so.
What do you know? You who carries the blood of that woman. I do not need it to be abated. Atonement is my desire, my wish, my vow. It is not pain. Absolutely not.
Then allow me to continue. The day after the takeover of the logistics hub Velgiev, far more snow than the past years began to blanket the Empire.
The snow continues to pile up. The early winter is upon us. The loss of Victor is unfortunate indeed. We'll need to reorganize our defenses. Even if Jutland is foolish enough to attack, winter will be our ally.
Good. You always did favor the colder climes.
When blanketed by winter, Ruse is the most beautiful land in the world. And the cold leaves my mind and body alert. Good fortune lies ahead. Well then, Your Majesty, I take my leave.
Your Majesty.
You were late. What were you doing, Maxime?
I had been inspecting Victor's remains. There's no mistaking that the one who did him in was the captain of the anti-Valkyria squad, Amlet Gronkair.
You can tell?
The state of one's mind is engraved in the swordsman's technique, the essence of their being. It was a commendable stroke. That man appears to have dispelled his doubts.
And have your own doubts been relieved?
I do not know yet. However, I would like to tell Your Majesty of my observations here.
Oh, speak then.
I have been looking toward Your Majesty as to how a king should conduct himself. Your Majesty's path of power bears the grudges born from the sacrifices made, and continues forth in their memory. I wish to serve under Your Majesty because I bore witness to that resolution to walk down that road. As the Emperor remains steadfast in what must be done, so too must his generals. However, I hesitated. I discovered that the people also have their lives, their businesses, and above all, the will to live.
Of kings.
Me? A king? That's ridiculous.
Your thoughts turn to your country. You value the people and hold lofty ideals. What else can that be called but king? Soon enough you shall start to dream of killing us in our sleep, just as we foresaw.
That cannot be.
We are alone now. Will you cut us down in this very room?
That's impossible. I hold Your Majesty in the highest regard even now. My words are not false. And even if part of me has begun to think like a king, I can still walk alongside Your Majesty, shoulder to shoulder. Is that not true?
That is false. The path of power is too narrow for an emperor and a king. There can be but one monarch walking the road to rule. And that sole sovereign can be only me.
Your Majesty.
You are a capable man whose worth has been proven thus far. All we ask of you is your devoted servitude, nothing more. Maxime, we grant you one last chance. Go to Kovoltis. The snowfall will cause Jutland to panic. Thus, we foresee them attacking the fortress of Sevast. Intercept their army by preemptively striking its rear guard.
Yes, sire.
Give us no cause to regret our decision to appoint you here. Do not disappoint us, Maxine.
That mortal you call Amlet. What is he to you?
He is one of my children. That child will stop you. Stop me.
You wish to be slain by your own child? So that is your desire. My child.
Velgiev's suppression was an eye-opener for Jutland's people and became the reason for many to renew the war effort. With that, Basil negotiated with the leaders of the business world, using the scandals Freet dug up as his weapon. He made sure to end their smear campaign, since they had manipulated the public to criticize him and Solomon.
Well, that's that. No hard feelings, right, boys?
Either of you step out of line, I'll publish the article. Don't think this is over because we're staying quiet for now. Just remember, the moment it goes public, you'll be ruined. You'd do well not to underestimate Jutland again.
Yeah. Hey, don't give me that look. We can still be friends. It'll be business as usual.
Now that we've taken Velgiev, we're entering our most crucial stage. I knew that the cold was stronger than prior years, but I never expected the snow would pile on in this manner.
Just our luck. We were banking on another month of autumn.
Even the royal court is abuzz with mounting trepidation. This came as a surprise to everyone.
However, if we suspend the conflict at this time, we'd be allowing the Empire to regain its strength. If they bolster their forces now, Jutland won't stand a chance come spring. We can only press onward.
But how?
I had always said that we must settle things before the snow falls. But that is impossible now that winter is upon us, which is why I propose we take advantage of this adversity.
Turning a negative into a positive.
This year's winter is rather... excuse me, it's abnormally early. Ruse's northern area must already be snowbound. For them, the winter is their ally. However, that arrogance should be what we target.
Well, look who's letting their hair down. You used to be such a slave to schedules. Now here you are, making accommodations for Mother Nature.
I suppose the princess's resolve made me adapt.
Oh hey, you're back.
Good evening.
You seem to be fitting in nicely, Your Highness. The world powers have begun moving because we've taken Velgiev. They can't ignore the situation since Jutland pulled itself out of its losing streak and started winning again. Ever since that 3-day negotiation with Brenland, we've been able to keep them restrained thanks to Solomon. But now that we're pushing Ruse this much, they can't completely trust us anymore.
The nations of Europa can be pretty crafty when it comes to protecting themselves. I expect they'll put pressure on Jutland, too.
And at the same time, they'll move against Ruse. It seems the early winter is forcing their hand. They're thinking to end this war and dismantle Ruse.
Dismantle?
There's movement among the superpowers, trying to blame them for Jutland's invasion. It's to make both Ruse and Jutland take responsibility for this chaos. Depending on the situation, one side will be dismantled, and the other may have an armed intervention by the superpowers.
Talk about fishing in troubled waters. Then again, history's written by the victors, right?
There's no doubt that this early winter is pushing different agendas all over the place.
In that case, I'd like to reorganize our coming strategies. Our target is here, the Empire's citadel of Sevast.
A strategic point indeed.
If we take this location, the Imperial capital will lay before us. They'll be caught off guard, and we'll strike then.
How about Kovaltis?
It depends on how Ruse will act. If they attack our troops en route, we'll counterattack. However, our main objective is to gain control of Sevast as soon as possible.
What about the Valkyria?
It'd be bad if it showed up while we're on the move.
Oh, we won't have to worry about that. As I mentioned earlier, the world powers have begun to act.
And Ruse will use the Valkyria to hold them back. They'll redeploy it to Sevast, though, once the assault begins.
That's the likely outcome.
So we have to deal with not only the Citadel, but the Valkyria as well. This won't be easy.
We should try to handle them separately.
The only way to do that is to take care of Sevast during daylight, right?
That's a pretty big gamble.
It'll be tough to pull off in a day.
But if we're going to attack, now's the only time. Days are long since it's summer right now. In other words, there's more time before the Valkyria appears. Not to mention, Sevast is much further north than Jutland. We can look forward to their days being even longer.
It's not much, but it might provide the edge we need.
To think the abnormal weather that's been causing so many problems will actually be of help to us.
Then we should end this once and for all. Once Sevast falls, the Emperor will send the Valkyria after us. We need to take the Citadel, defeat the Valkyria, then immediately march on the capital. That's our only shot.
Aren't you confident? Got a plan?
Yeah. We know Basil's weapons and Ophelia's song work on it. We just need one more thing to give us the advantage.
And that would be?
Sunlight. We need to drag the Valkyria into sunlight. Keep it busy till the sun comes out. Then, once it's weakened, finish it.
Be prepared for a battle of attrition, then.
Yeah, but there's two problems. First, we can only fight for so long. That's why we should strike as close to dawn as we can manage.
What's the other problem?
How do we stop the Valkyria from running off at the first sight of light?
I believe Violet and I can solve the first problem.
How's that?
We negotiate with the superpowers and ensure they attack the Empire on the day of the final battle.
All right, I'll assemble the intel for that end. This is a big job. I'll have to use both Violet and Margaretha to the fullest in order to gather that information.
I'm counting on you. Both of you.
We'll create a situation where they'll be forced to deploy the Valkyria away from Sevast, with Violet's espionage and my negotiations.
Oh, baby. Saul's plotting face is a sight for sore eyes.
Why, thank you. Also, there's one more important note. This attack must be a night raid. We must attack right before the Valkyria is deployed, after all.
Now that's what I call moonlighting.
As for the second problem, I have an idea. I could borrow the power of the people.
Of Jutland?
Just so. When last I sang at the Palace Plaza, the citizens all joined in. As they sang along, I felt a white-hot energy welling up within me. I think I understand why. The Galder was becoming stronger, and the more we sang, the brighter that inner light grew. I'm sure I felt some sort of magic. Why not use that power? Let my voice carry the people's hopes and dreams. then weaponize their strength of spirit against the Valkyria.
Right, the Galder. I did sense something the last time you sang. Can't quite explain it.
Of course, I have no definite proof. But the Valkyria has been averse to my singing before. Something tells me more voices might amplify that effect.
Let's bank on that. Make sure the troops in the main army sing too.
It's worth a try.
Increasing the volume, huh? Say, how about this? We hold Ragnite while we sing. If the pieces resonate with each other, maybe it'll amp up the mana for everyone. Hell, why not get the whole damn country in on it? We'd have us a supercharged chorus heard around the world.
We carry the song to the princess across borders.
Bingo!
I'll pen something to compel the people to sing. A stirring call to action. It'll be my best piece yet.
Oh yeah, make sure they know to hold on to Ragnite products. Mana machinery, alchemic accessories, you name it. I'll cook something up on my end too. A pendant ought to do. Just gotta get him packing Ragnite and singing at sunrise.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
It started back up.
Huh?
The Battle of Sevast. For all intents and purposes, it's the decisive battle between Jutland and the Ruzi Empire. In the war's history, it's said that the Empire lost because the Emperor misjudged the deployment of the Valkyria. But once again, the traitors had been pulling strings in the background.
Indeed, they had paved the way toward a future beyond their vendetta.
But where their future led was...
You're quite studious. How splendid.